Let me give you a little bit of background on who I am. I grew up in Boston, Massachusetts, a long time ago, not that long ago maybe, but long enough, in the 60s. I am the daughter of two parents who had very strong principles and beliefs that included, put your best foot forward and keep it there. A strong sense of natural justice. It didn't, the most important thing to do was to try, and if you failed, try again. And that everybody has a contribution to make and can add value, and that persistence is fundamentally critical. And interestingly, in the late 60s, my parents found out that an oil refinery is going to be built off the coast of Maine, at a time when there was some economic difficulty in Maine, and so the debate was save an island, which would have really, if an oil spill had happened, ruined a third of the coast of Maine. Or jobs, the usual thing. And they felt that fundamentally, actually, the long-term effect was going to be the loss of jobs if there was a problem, and this needed to be stopped. So they were the quintessential people without authority. And they wrote letters, they talked to people, they tried to go battering against a wall, and they didn't get very far. As a matter of fact, people tried to burn down the house, they took down the flagpole. And they woke up one day and said, wait a minute, we can't do this on our own. And we need to engage as many different people as we can in this effort, in as far and a diverse a way as possible if we're going to succeed. So they got the lobstermen on board, they got the chicken farmers on board, they got the vegetable farmers on board, they got the engineers on board, they got the Coast Guard on board. And finally, ultimately, a coalition of the most improbable group of people you can imagine, including the Sierra Club and a variety of others, managed to do something that nobody had thought was possible. And to me, I think it was a really instructive lesson in terms of if it's right, go for it and be persistent. That day-to-day persistence, because you know it's right. The power of getting different people in a room, and it was hard, hard to get everybody to agree. It took them a long time before they could have everybody moving in the same direction, and they didn't do it on their own. But also the value that each person made. They got different people doing different aspects, and I think it was the collective work that made a difference.